so Paige cut out one of her pizza slices, and now what she already had started to do was on the lined paper, instead of us printing it out on red paper, she colored it, staying in the lines, for us to make our tomato sauce. Okay, so then what she did is cut out 2 strips, because we talked earlier about how it's easier to just cut on a straight line. And now what she's going to do is just rip those pieces, those, how about these 2? You want to rip those into little pieces, and that will make our tomato sauce. Okay. So you notice how she's using her pinchy fingers on both sides, using both hands to cut it up. It's another great fine motor activity. And it's really hard to do. Sometimes our little kiddos like to just try to pull and rip. So I will guide their fingers into using their pinchy fingers and try to help them rip the paper up. Perfect. That's going to be our tomato sauce.
A few more.
Okay. Nice. There. Great. The other thing that we had talked about is cutting out the toppings. So I had made lines on our sheets of toppings because it's really difficult for our youngest cutters to cut out shapes like this, right? Yeah. So what Paige had decided to do was that she chose to put some tomatoes on her pizza slice. And so I made lines here. And so she cut out the line, and then she cut just another line on either side of the strip instead of cutting out perfect circles. So here are the 2 little tomato toppings that she made, which was really nice.
You can always use any other topping if you want to, instead of just tomatoes.
Yes. And of course, given real options, you would choose what on your pizza?
Peppers.
Green peppers.
Yeah.
Not tomatoes. So the last thing that we made was the cheese, and we used tissue paper. So we had already cut up some little tissue paper pieces. If you don't have tissue paper, you can use regular
paper.
Yeah, regular paper and crumple it up. It adds a little more resistance, makes it a little trickier as far as using finger, how much finger strength you need. But tissue paper is perfect if you have it. Or, facial tissues, like tissues to blow your nose. You could always use that, cut them up into squares and crumple them up. But again, like doing this is using those worker fingers, the middle, the thumb, and the index finger to work together. And those are the fingers that do a lot of the important moves that we use when we're writing. Okay, so do one more and then we'll start gluing. Okay. All right, so now we're going to start putting it all together. So where did you put your glue?
Here.
Perfect.
Right next to my big pizza pie.
Good. So this is where you can talk about with your child, well, what do we put down first? What goes on the bottom? I like to use a lot of prepositions. What goes first? What do we do next? All those things. So, Paige, what should we put on first?
The sauce.
Okay.
That's what you always put on a pizza first.
There are some pizzas though, white pizzas. Have you ever heard of a white pizza?
No.
Okay. No, I've never ordered that at home. So go ahead and you can start gluing.
I got my glue. And I'm gonna glue these down.
Whether you glue them down individually like that, or you glue the paper first like that, either way is fine. Okay. And it looks like we're almost at 4.5 minutes on this one. I'm still getting the hang of videotaping. And we have gone through many trials and errors in our house, right, Paige?
Yeah.
So what would you glue next after you glue on the tomato?
I would do the cheese next.
Okay, so how about we do a couple quick cheese nuggets and then a quick topping. You have like 20 seconds.
Cheese. And if you made more of these than me, then you might be able to put on more cheese on your pizza.
Mm. That looks awesome.
And then I'm gonna put on some of my tomatoes. I'm gonna put one here. And then I'm gonna move this one with the glue.
Okay, I love it.
And then I'm gonna put my last topping here. And one more cheese, because that still goes on before the pepperoni, but
I love it.
there. I have one pizza slice.
We have one slice, and actually we have another slice here from a video that didn't work out really well earlier. We've been at this for a little bit of time, so we can put that on our pizza pan too.
So I glue them down?
You can, if you want to, yeah.
So I don't want my pizza slices to fall off.
We don't. But one thing I had talked about was also with Paige was that I only printed out one of the pages that had pizza slices. So if you wanted to fill up the whole pan, you could do more. If you actually wanted to just draw on the pizza slices instead of cutting and coloring and snipping, and just make circle toppings. Another great way to work on pre-writing shapes is take a blank pizza slice and just draw circles, or draw little X's or pluses or little diagonal lines. That would be another great way to work on some fine motor skills. And voila, you did a great job. Thanks for helping.
Thanks, Mama.
All right, you guys, we'll see you soon with another fun activity.
Bye.
Okay, bye.